What's up, everybody? This is your girl Erica from the Classic Con blog. I know it's a little bit later than my usual shows, but I'm coming in to do this one in probably like 30 minutes and get on about my day. I had to respond. I've seen several videos this past week, and y'all been sending me stuff to respond to, and I get it. Thank you. I appreciate it. And it was one where it was like, 21 days from food stamps to six figures. And people were like, everything online's a scam. Everybody's lying. And honestly, this is the deal. A lot of y'all are just emotionally puking, right? We'll bring somebody on Tech Tuesday. Oh, I've got the certs. I didn't get the job. Well, then we start asking questions. Is what you're trying to do? You want to get attention? How many interviews did you go on? Did you change your LinkedIn? Did you fix your life? Did you how do you study? How do you how we do that's what you want. You come on here. Oh, I got the certs and I didn't get the job. And I go, who's your mentor? Who's your study group? Who you working with? Did you change your LinkedIn? Did you call a recruiter? Like these questions that are real simple, but people try to play the little, I want you to have sympathy for me card, and that's what they're trying to do. But Diamond Dave did a great show the other day talking about, immigrants come here with a financial plan. Like, I'm here for the money. Now, there's a degree of people coming who are also there for like the freedom, right? People can say yay or nay, but the safety and the freedom, right? So I can't release it yet because it's releasing this week per se, but we've been chopping up clips from all our Tech Tuesdays, putting it on a separate channel. We've been chopping up all of our credit clips and putting them on a separate channel. And the more and more I look at it, I kind of laugh because in 21 days, I did a lot of the certifications by just doing a brain dump. Now, what does a brain dump particularly mean? I would just turn on the training material from three different sources that I was listening to for 21 days, and I would just let it brain dump. And then I would go back through when it made me do a multi choice question, right? Carla J, they're not. I'll release some stuff this week. You'll see this week. We did a lot of studio time. We did a lot of like working with our editors, and it's because this channel, one, is too heavy, and two, there is a lot of politicalness with YouTube, and that's okay. I just have to work within the sphere of what I'm working with. And I think I told you guys on one of the channels, like, I wouldn't take a tech job unless I'm just getting $250,000. And your girl's gonna get that. And so that's why I laugh, because these Ericka, there's no jobs out there paying 50,000. There's no jobs paying 100,000. Even I posted a thing from Dave Ramsey showing a thing from Dave Ramsey showing where the girl was making 59,000. She was making like 60K a year. She's got like multiple girls. She's got $250,000 worth of student loan debt between her and her children. First things first, if you can't afford to pay for your child's college, they shouldn't go to that college. They should go to where? Community college. But there's this false mental narrative that nothing's going to stop my child. Nothing's going to stop my child. And they're going to go. And so now you look up, this woman's 59 years old. She'll never retire. If you want to be really honest, she'll work till she dies, because she doesn't have the mindset. Because if she really was thinking, and I'm gonna just go there, you're an accountant. There's remote work for accountants everywhere, even with the IRS. But you're telling me, well, Roanoke, Virginia is just like a one-horse town. Roanoke's just this one-horse town and they don't pay well. That's just BS, right? Because even my friends who are engineers, when I found out where they were engineers from Cleveland, Ohio, right? They just wanted more job opportunities. They were making the money. They just wanted more job opportunities. And so 9 times out of 10, when someone starts emotionally puking on you, and what do I mean emotionally puking? There's no opportunity. There's no good men. There's no good women. My life sucks. You almost have to rebuke that person in the name of Jesus. Like, get from me, Satan. Get from me, right? Because 9 times out of 10, that person has baked that mindset in. They have decided already that their life was not going to be good. Life is going to be hard for me. Everything's always been hard. They're trying to avoid disappointment and avoid a heartache. What does that mean? Right? Somebody even said right there, I have a local friend, QuickBooks looking for accountants remotely. Exactly. Right? You can literally tell somebody the answer, like, here it is. Ericka, my credit, I want to do this. I can't. Well, hey, here's my affiliate that does credit repair. I literally, check back with them how's the week been going? They go, man, like half your people wouldn't send reports in, half of them miss their phone call, all kind of crazy stuff. And I go, you know why? Because it's not about you. It's that person has already decided. They've already decided. That's right, Anthony, to be defeated, self-defeating, right? When you make a decision, all hands must be on deck. Now, I apologize in advance because there's going to be people who say, Ericka, my spouse isn't on board what I'm doing. That person didn't get there overnight. It didn't. Listen, your spouse didn't be like, I'm against what you talking about. Nah, you done did something, bro. Whether it's cheating, you ain't kept up your word, you said you're going to do something before, you didn't do it, you didn't finish it. But when people actually see you 150% every day and night, 8 hours a day, 9 hours a day, working, slaving away at something like a project, your family 9 times in like, well, let me shut the hell up. Because this might hit. You know what I mean? Let me be quiet. Let them work. Let them cook, as they like to say. Let them cook. Because it might be something in it for them. Right? So there's this thing Beldro said. Your life looks, not Beldro, it was another guy that yells all the time, like Anthony Frio or whatever. He was like, your life looks exactly like it should. You've been bullshitting for 10 years and your life looks exactly like it should look. Right? People all of a sudden, I don't know how I got on 600-pound life. You've been eating 10,000, 20,000 calories every day for 10 years. It's exactly what it should look like. It's exactly what it should look like. Right? So there's a comment, and Nick Taylor posted it today earlier, and some other people, where it's a black dude that Obama let out early. He had a really ridiculous sentence. They let him out. He'd been in jail since he was 16, though. So yeah, you got this man out in his 30s and 40s, really 40s. And now he caught in another shooting. Why? Because his mindset, his study default system has been prison for the last almost 30 years. Like, he's been studying who can look the toughest, who can beat the shit out of people, and who can do scammy things. like don't try to glorize prison. Like that's what it is. It's very negative, grumpy, self-defeated. Mama didn't love me, beat the shit out of me. My daddy ain't around. He left me alone. I can barely read. So guess what? I'm mad. I'm going to pummel you with my fist. That's the environment. We try to glorify it as something else, and people reading and brothers being self-disciplined. It's a sad place. It's a sad place. And a lot of times, a lot of just poor people who didn't have good representation. So now they have to study that culture to fit into that culture, to survive that culture. So now you release this person into society and you tell them, with the marketing department that is America, you ain't going to be shit. Ain't nothing happening for you. Nobody's hiring you. Right? There's a dude called Ross Weldon. I might be saying it wrong. It's Weldon. But he basically came out of prison. He looked at himself. He realized his dad was getting ready to die. His son don't even really know him because he's 10 years old. He's been there since he was for 8 years. And he was in there before that when the kid was a baby. So he's like, damn, this kid barely know me. I'm going to change my life around. So he's knocking doors. He got one good suit he got from the thrift store, one good pair of shoes. He's knocking. Nobody. Hey, man, you a felon. He finally go to this one dude. He said, listen, man, I'll take the sales job. He's like, you don't know nothing about sales. He's like, I used to be a drug dealer. This is a white man now, y'all. And he's like, I can sell. So he comes. The guy's like, I don't know. Guy comes back 3 more times. Guy says, okay, fine. The dude within 1 year is the top salesman of that HVAC company. He made that HVAC company what it was in that region. He stayed with them maybe, I think, a year and a half more and then started his own business because he was that on fire. You know why? Because he was convinced. He was convinced this is it. I cannot go back to that place. I cannot miss another day. My daddy will die any day now. I can't miss another day. I have to do this. Right? I remember seeing this guy had a TikTok, and he's got an ankle monitor bracelet on. And he's watching a movie now with shoot 'em up in it. Pow, 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 pow. I think it's Avengers. And the monitor's like, you're not home. Where are you at? He's like, no, I'm home. I'm watching TV. He's like, I can't even watch fucking TV, man, with this monitor on. I'm sorry, bro. You're at home with an ankle monitor with a 75-inch TV on TikTok crying about you can't watch Avengers. Are you kidding me? Only thing you need to be watching is figuring out how to work remotely in a remote work job since you're stuck in the house so that you can improve your life. Again, 9 times out of 10, when we're online and people tell these stories, 2 years ago, dude, I was sleeping on my homeboy's couch. 3 years ago, I was laying on the ground, man. I was homeless. Oh, these stories are fake. The internet's fake. It's so full of fake stories. It's not. It's not. And the crazy part is, I understand why people walk away from talking about this stuff or doing any of this stuff, because you literally can lose it all, start over again in a 6 month to a year window, gain it all back. But y'all not ready for that conversation, because that would really mean extreme accountability on you. It's on you. Now, people are going to say, Ericka, what about racism? What about this? What about it's the nature of, if I say something about a black man, what about black women? You know, it's an entitled American position to say, what about this? Or what about the one person who ain't got no arms, no legs, and all they can do is type on the computer with their tongue? Well, of course I'm not talking about them. Of course I'm not talking about them. Like 90% of us are just absolutely fine. We're walking around with both our arms and legs. Life may have been hard to us, but 90% of this is up here. It's up here. And it's ego, right? Because you're going to see more than ever these people come across the border and they watch TV. They ain't stupid. They got phones. They're not dumb. And they're going to go, all I got to do is work a job for 2 years and I can get a mortgage. Yes, with 2 years tax returns, these people can get mortgages. You know how I know? There's 5,000 mortgage programs. And on top of that, this week when I had to do some funding for our new construction, I found DSCR loans. And we'll do a whole deep dive in that another day. And it was like, hey, you can be foreign born. It's okay. It basically said you can be illegal as long as you got that property. Come on through, right? And so the system is already set up to respect what? Their money. Oh, you willing to go work? You gotta be too. And the DSCR loan doesn't require any pay stubs. It don't require any W-2s. It don't require nothing but just the property. But y'all not ready for that conversation. Y'all not ready. That's why when people come here, y'all like, oh, they're coming here. They come in here to win. They come in here for real, because in their country, when you're in Venezuela, you're in other countries, if you don't have a job to give your child will not have a job. Oh, Ericka, that's just a stream. Nah, go. This is how I'm telling y'all. I've traveled. This thirst online to go chase poor women with no shoes on. I get it. I do. But as a person who's traveled since they were a baby, and before that, not just the military, but literally our family every single year for 14, 15 years straight, going out of the country, 20, 30 people deep. We've seen it. Where the only choice is you're going to be a janitor. The only choice is you're going to be a cook. The only choice is you're going to be a maid. The only choice is you living like in the heat of the night. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the stuff people don't really want to address. So if you got a boy or girl cousin in your family, or a niece or nephew, and they can work on a computer. I remember I was first working on computers. My family's like, boy, you always on that computer. You was always on that computer. And I'd be like, why y'all sound like damn country bumpkins? Yes, I'm on the computer. I'm doing stuff, right? And so at the end of the day, like, this computer and the mind I have will allow me to work remote and allow me to make $150K a year base. And then on top of that, have a business that's still doing $400K a year. This is the stuff nobody wants to talk about. And the fact that I'll need every single penny, every single dime of it to qualify for my apartment mortgage loan, which is a whole nother conversation, is not even, it's not lost on me, right? It's not lost on me that people can't fathom the numbers. People can't fathom the numbers, and they can't fathom what it takes to run a business. And a business is just a piece of paper, right? Right now, I'm at the lowest, I would say, activity ever, because I've got an editor, I've got 2 VAs, I've got some other people doing different things. And literally, their whole run-up is just to run up and put these clips on these other channels. Their whole run-up is to satisfy our affiliates. We have 172 affiliates at this point, right? And when we talk about affiliate market, oh, Ericka, is just so hard. You run around every day telling your friends and family about some McDonald's you ate, some dinner you ate somewhere, the event you went to, the concert, what you thought about, the shirt you bought. You affiliate market all day. Why not be paid? See, that's too much like being responsible, right? That's too much like being responsible. So instead, you'll let your family and friends come over, emotionally puke on you. Oh, you know, the economy's so bad, gas so high, these children at the schools are dangerous. Oh, Lord. Okay, when you first ask them, are you going to take your kids out of school? Oh, no, I ain't got no time. I ain't got no money. You gonna get a new job? Oh no, they want too much. You gotta have a college degree. You gotta have all this stuff. This is not true. We're sitting here repeatedly watching people who literally go, hey man, I'm gonna go get 5 certifications in the next 30 days. I'm basically gonna cram and do a brain dump into my brain, all this information, and go get my foot in the door at office. Oh, Ericka, they'll never keep you. You don't know what these offices gonna do. That's why it's so comical to me. I just finished watching a guy. He moved from Ohio to Dallas. And in 5 years, first job from Ohio to Dallas, first time ever working, he made $70K that year. Next year, he made $250,000. Year after that, another $250,000. The fourth and fifth year, he made $300,000 and $400,000. Why did he get fired? He was sharing information on YouTube that he shouldn't have, which is sad, but he did. So in a 5-year window, this kid's young. He's barely 26, 27. You're telling me this kid's already made like over $1 million in a 5-year span by doing tech sales, right? And because you have a strong base pay in tech sales. I'm just gonna say it like that. And what happens now is this kid can go do anything, move anywhere. He's even moving. He's leaving. He's like, I'm gonna move here. They're like, why? He's like, because I can, because I have money, because I took that money and already invested in multiple things. What do you think most of these tech people are doing? They at work communicating with each other. Now they're rolling that money over into stocks. Now they're gonna take a line of credit out against those stocks and do what? Invest it in real estate. Now they got the real estate. Now they can get a DSR loan, refinance and take that money out and put in some more real estate. Then you'll look up and someone who has been in tech 5 years, 7 years, 8 years is a multimillionaire 10 times over, right? But people aren't really ready to hear that. They're not really ready to hear that though, right? I had 2 friends who were making $185 a year, and one girl was driving an old Honda. The other girl was driving, it's like an older Mercedes Benz. And people are like, why don't y'all get a new car? Because that's the limits of our mindset is cars, flashy cars and flashy vacations. That's the limit of our mind. We struggle to go deep. Like I'll post up on my wall, Ericka, you can't be right about everything. I don't understand what you're posting. Then shut the fuck up. If you don't understand the post, get the fuck up. It's too simple. That's why I post stupid stuff on the channel, because I know that's what most people can understand. Tony Braxton, breakups, stupid crap. That's the level, right? So when I see it out here and show you, hey, somebody changed their life in 3 years, it's not because they're a genius. It's because they had hyper insane focus. If you really read the Max Maxwell story, you really track it and you really pay attention, which most people don't have the attention span to pay attention, and that's okay. I understand. I got ADHD, but I focus when I need to. Old boy was able to do that on YouTube in 3 years. But we don't talk about the fact there's 2 older white men that are part of his company. That's his partners. He was just the face. And that's why many people don't understand. Like, basically, he segued a bunch of people to do what? Wholesale. And funnel that towards him, his company, other people he knows. That's why you have all these people building now. They're late to the game, but they're building now. Building brand new construction. And like, Ericka, man, I built it for $250. It's worth $600. I'm like, I know. See, while we were studying the wholesale game, because it was on the internet and it was shiny and it was flashy and it was fast and it was juicy and you want to run around and make calls, half of y'all could have been in tech sales. Half of y'all could have been in real sales jobs instead of trying to convince, somebody grandma to sell you something. You know what I mean? Like, this is simple conversation, but y'all get my point, right? Focus. And 9 times out of 10, people say, Ericka, you can't become a millionaire in 2 to 3 years. This stuff is not possible. And I will say, in America, yes, depending on where you start, it can impact your finish, right? If your foundation is effed up, you watching someone else get opportunities to flip houses, start companies, you can't understand it, right? I know a young man right now who's over leveraged in 2 properties. And so he said, okay, he told his wife, give me 6 months. I'm gonna get this right. All our money is stuck up in these 2 properties. That means all their cash was stuck up in these 2 properties. He immediately started, let me start a lawn care company. Let me start power washing, right? So he's on Facebook telling, hey, everybody, if anybody needs some lawn care, power washing. And he's going so hard that one dude's like, yo, I got like 30 accounts. You want them? I mean, I can make a call. Yeah, give me those 30 accounts. So now in the less than a 90-day window, when he already made this very clear, hey, I'm over leverage, I got to do something. I go, oh man, that sucks. In less than like 90 days, he's now at 150 lawn care accounts. He's power washing. He's painting homes. He's going crazy. Why? Because service businesses are one of those avenues where this guy used to work the phones for a wholesaling company, is one of the avenues, right, that really can, 30 days later, you're in a different position. 90 days later, you're in a different position. You're going to have to keep going. But in our society, we always talk about, you got to have balance. You got to have some balance to your life, Ericka. I wish you'd vacation more. I wish you would talk about your loved ones more. I wish you talk about kids. And also, listen, baby, your girl been vacationing every damn week for 3 years. I mean, good, great. How much more vacation do you want me to take? How much more do you want? Right? But you want to see it, right? You want me to be on the gram every day. Look at me in Hawaii. Look at me overseas. Look at me looking amazing. Like that shit, what does that do for you? Right? The first thing somebody said is, Ericka, if I had that much money, I'd buy a brand new Porsche. I do this. Well, for what? It's that. Right? Again, you don't know what's my biggest why and what's my biggest reason for what I'm trying to do, where I'm trying to build apartment fucking buildings. You don't know. Right? And so a lot of these people who come on to YouTube or come to start course creation or sell products and services, man, in 3 years, they whole life different. And it's because they're hyper focused, right? I'm seeing people who really hyper focused on their podcast. And I don't mean just like, I'm just slapping up whatever podcast I can, but really hyper focused. I'm talking about SEO. I'm talking about marketing. I'm talking about email marketing. I'm talking about reaching out to brands. There's people with small podcasts right now that are pulling in 20K a month. Why? Because they're so dedicated to that freeing them. Right? Because a lot of people, their first thought is, I can't wait to be a business owner so I can have more time freedom, which is the oxymoron. Because when you first started, you don't know what you're doing. You're building something from scratch. Right? And by the time you do get a handle on it, half the stuff you realize somebody else can do because it's beneath you. It's something delegatable. Like, that's not even important. Here, take this. Do you know what I'm saying? So a lot of the immigrants that you see coming over, and again, we don't have to just blame illegal immigrants. Right now, for SBA government loans, SBA backed, government backed loans, 60% of everybody who gets them are immigrants, first and second generation. So what does that mean? They're literally having their paperwork together to go walk over to the bank and go walk through an SBA loan. All right. So this is a 2 to 5 year task here, where they've got enough documents and support and say, oh yeah, I want to start this business, and here's my information for SBA loan. But yet you'll talk to people and they act like it is a puzzle of life. They cannot figure it out. You know why? Because you're running around chasing balance. You're running around chasing weekends. You're running around chasing cars. You're running around chasing everything but what is the long-term position you need to be in. I will get on the phone with people and they go, my mom and dad are in their 60s, but I want to go travel the world for 3 more years. I go, okay. And by the time you get back, which is nothing wrong with this, the time you get back, you're going to have to help your parents figure out their retirement. I've seen this play too many times, right? It's easier for a lot of people to do 2 years real quick, hardcore, and keep it pushing, right? I picked Aristotle Vest to put on the community wall because a lot of people say, oh, it's because the military and the stock group, that's why you stunt on everybody. And he's just like, no, I actually was a computer IT person in the military. I have all the certs paid for by the government. Have them all. I started the Aristotle Honey Drip Network, where they're talking about stocks and trading and in these groups and paying monthly subscription to be in these Discord groups before he got out the military. He was a millionaire before he got out the military. And again, this goes back to the mindset of like, I'm just gonna be in the military for 4 years. It's gonna suck. I'm just grinding through it, and I'm gonna get out and do something different. No, your mindset's already terrible. That tells me you didn't study for your ASVAB. You didn't study you didn't look at the school opportunities. You didn't see the Army's got 700 different careers. So now you're walking around a janitor talking about, I'm just here because I'm from a poor town and I just needed this money. Like, nah, man, you didn't study. You didn't take it serious, and nobody in your family around you even told you to take it serious. Just is what it is. I'm going to read some of y'all comments and I'm going to try to wrap this up real quick. But my goal of all this to tell y'all, like, 21 days, there's people, if you want it, can get off food stamps. Now, there was several people in the comments section of a lot of videos that have been going viral lately, cracking me up, where he's like, you can get $30 an hour. And people like, that's no money. Someone in the comments put 30 times 160 hours and tell me what it is. Then the guy made a video. He's like, $50 an hour, working from home. That's not enough money. He said that's not enough money to get off Section 8. Now, he was in New York, granted. I'm not going to, I know New York's a different animal. I do. But the people were like, well, yeah, what if you're working for the company and then a year later they lay you off and now you're back in a spiral? And I'm like, a year full-time working, making, I think, what, 75,000 a year, and you lose your job and your life's in the trenches. Now you went from Section 8 poverty, barely making it by, to 75K, and then now you're gonna be back in a hole again? How? That's the stuff people trying to get you to understand their mindset when their mindset is an upside down world. Yeah, man. These single moms, man, every time I turn around, I see people getting married to the ladies with babies that don't look nothing like that man. It happens every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Military towns especially, but other places too. And there's a guy here who married a woman who was divorced at my church with 4 girls. And then he married her, and guess what the 5th child they just had is? A girl. I mean, that's why I laugh when people say, ain't no single man of value doing that. I'm like, this guy's been owning his own business for 20 years and has no kids. People pick what they want to pick. You dig what I'm saying? It's all proximity, right? So again, don't let these people come online and emotionally puke on you and tell you everything's a scam and nobody can change their life. And, oh, you know, my Aunt Sally with one arm, she couldn't do it. Your Aunt Sally got one arm. We're not expecting much from her. Oh, my Uncle Jerome that do crack and he was a trucker for a while. Baby, wait, you missed the part where your uncle was doing crack. You dig what I'm saying? Like, people try to tell you every story why something can't work. Get your emotional puking ass away from the group. Nobody wants you around. This is why I understand in families when people move away and never talk to their family again. If the whole family mindset on poop poop, you got to go. I understand it now. I didn't understand it was in my 20s, but now I'm in my late 30s. I'm in my 30s. I'm like, I understand. Peace of mind. I know a guy right now got out the military. Took his money, U.S. Navy Federal Credit, unsecured loan, personal loan, bought a semi truck, ran the truck for a year and a half, almost 2 years, really closer to 3. And he was like, "Whoo, that was a lot. I learned thanks to the States and Ericka. That was great, but I'm done now." And he's in tech in Raleigh, North Carolina, making so much money that he's like, "Yeah, I just went and seen 2 other cities so I can see where I can buy some rental properties." I'm like, damn. And this has been less than a 5-year window where I've watched this man get out of the military, do this, and now he's in tech and buying rentals. And so, and married to a black woman. They both black. And I'm like, dude, do you realize you're every odd out there? And he's got little kids. I'm like, every little statistic about you being a black man, you get out of the military, you're married to a black woman, all this, you are like a phenomenon. Do you understand that? He's like, what? No. He don't see it. Why? Because if you're really out there doing it and getting the traction you need in life, most of the other stuff falls in line, right? The average American's really, really uneducated. Let's just go there. And what do I mean? I don't mean bookworm smart. I mean, even the pursuit of knowledge long-term for self-conversation. You know what I'm saying? They're not even interested. Now, when it comes to voting, yeah, Donald Trump's going to save America. How? And you ask them. Now, you guys get on me for talking about Trump, but I talk to you about policies. I go, this policy, that policy. Oh, Ericka, Trump did this. He grabbed a woman's booty. And I'll be like, but what about all these policies that can do this, this, this? Oh, Ericka, stop talking about politics. It's all the same. And that is why a majority of black people are where they are. The last 10 years of your life, shit, we can go back there further. We can go Obama. We can go back to the Bush years. Your mama, your daddy, your cousins, and you've been doing the same silly mess. Oh, the housing market, the food, the gas. Number one thing, if you paid attention, a lot of you didn't during the pandemic, a lot of these influencers that bought a house, if you pay attention to their channel and pay attention to their life, and if you really get in some of their private groups, they will show you the house stabilized them. No matter what YouTube was doing, the house stabilized them. The value of the house going up gave them that money to move to a new house and also buy rentals. It wasn't the YouTube. It wasn't the courses. It wasn't the community groups. Those have been helpful, but mostly it got their foot in the door to the real estate, or it got their foot in the door to stability. And a lot of you don't have stability. So all this sounds risky and it could be a scam and I can't change jobs. And I'm like, oh, what about balance, Ericka? Y'all not doing nothing. Y'all not doing nothing. Y'all not doing nothing to need no big break from. But nobody wants to hear that part. I get it. I get it. Let me read your comments and wrap it up. When I saw Dave Ramsey episode, my first thought was dying with debt should be part of her retirement strategy. It really should. It really should, because she's not gonna be done no time soon. The last 5 years of one life is a reflection of what they did 5 years prior to that. Man, let me tell you something. Between the gym, between your eating habits, between your health. Oh man, and people, I literally have a friend, they had a baby at 43. And people like, girl, you look so good, girl. Oh my God, I can't believe it. 43. Oh, girl, I would be losing my mind. This woman runs marathons. This woman teaches physical therapy. This woman is doing so many damn things that when she popped up pregnant, she was like, oopsie. Y'all, listen, oopsie. And everybody's like, damn, girl, you're 43. Baby actually healthy. Her and her husband just fine. They back out there working outside, running around. Her past 5 years of her life weren't that of let's just go there, a wino, overeating, late 30s woman. It was physical fitness and running and jogging and running with her dogs and all that stuff. So she had that potential to do what? Oops, get pregnant and pop up and not be disabled or something because she had a baby late in life. You know what I'm saying? So your 5 years is a massive reflection. I can tell y'all this right now. If I ask some of you where you're gonna be in 5 years, a lot of you don't know. How do I know? If I ask you, what's your bank account balance right this moment? What's your credit score right this moment? You have no clue. You don't know your bank balance. You don't know what's your debit cards at. Where your car keys? I don't even know where my car keys at, right? Like, these people don't know. And you may say, well, that doesn't mean they don't know what they're going to do in 5 years. Yes, they are. They could be doing the same thing they doing right now. Unless they are clearly saying, we are going this way. You just listen. There's a guy at our church, late 60s. Wife left him in late 40s. He in the same big old house, renting all the rooms out to younger guys and complaining about how he lost his tech job and how he lost his wife. Bro, it's been 11 years. I literally talked to that man. I thought it was something that happened recently. It was 11 years ago, yo. Come on, man. Like people will literally stay inside a silo of ridiculous. Criminal college, yeah. Yeah, the dude got to be on some kind of crack. State prison is no joke. 90% of male inmates have children. And that's the scary part, that these people have children. So the cycle, unfortunately, has already restarted. And then when they get in trouble again, they'll say, it's because of my kids. I did it. I did the drugs. I did the bad behavior. I robbed and steal because of my kids. Instead of saying, I'm reading a book every day for my kids. I'm going to go get this certification and become a welder because of my kids. I'm going to figure out how to get somebody to read this book to me so I can complete a test. But they're going to tell you it's the kids. It's a culture of death, destruction, and madness. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? They always tell me a story. Well, my cousin has 3 autistic children. Your cousin needs to be a case study, because that's abnormal. The percentages are absolutely crazy, right? But I just showed you what happened in the article. Kids from middle-income families with autism do the worst. They ain't got the welfare benefits, and they don't have the money of a wealthy person. Robert De Niro got a whole son playing pretending it's professionally that has autism. And there were pictures back in the day where you're like, damn, that poor kid. And that kid's fine now. I'm not saying, I'm just saying the money and the training and the therapy, it can make a difference. Dudes are like, working and hustling is going to cut my Call of Duty time. I just need to relax. It's hard being a man, Ericka. You don't understand. Okay, I'm not a man. I don't understand. But I do understand someone taking away your opportunity to be free. It won't be me. Shit, it won't be me. This is why immigrants are winning. They don't deal with bullshit. They get their shit right. Yeah, they just know it takes 2 years. Them Venezuelans are begging to get permission to work. Meanwhile, others are in shelters, begging for Xbox. It does. It's real crazy. You're old enough to remember those days. Poverty mindset. Yeah, it's getting real stupid out here. They live in fear of success. Trent Dazzle. There you go. There you go. Yeah. You already know. Those immigrants voluntarily crossed the desert with the most violent criminals on earth. They're not here to play. They're not. Y'all, most stuff says a year, 2 years. Most stuff out here. You got 2 years returns, you good. Most people you meet, it's so hard to qualify. How? You just got work for 2 years. You got 2 years tax returns? Oh, Ericka, you don't understand. I had a job for a year. I lost it. Okay, well, what's up? Let's get another one. Right? There's a dude here on YouTube been doing Uber and DoorDash for about 5 years. I mean, before the pandemic, damn it. It was like, ooh, you still doing that? And he's still moving around. I don't have no money. Talking on YouTube. You're like, baby, what you doing? Your life's a mess. Yes, he did. 3-year window, 2 to learn the game and execute. Yeah. Get the certs, an entry-level job to get the foot in the door, get the degree while you're working. Yeah, I mean, people really make this overcomplicated. Simply, Jean, what did I tell you? Here it is. Here it is. I'm going to take a deep breath. Simply, Jean, you're going to make me get real crazy up in here. I'm going to read this and respond to you. People who promote course careers get affiliate pay a lot. Everyone's not getting them high-paying jobs. I'm in the discourse. All right, let me tell you what's probably in 99% of the discourse. Fucking losers. I mean, it's not rocket science to watch a video. What is the next level is you going to interviews. What is the next level is you working on your social skills. What is the next level is you working on your LinkedIn resume. Do you know I went on LinkedIn and this girl sent me her link and she had no photo? Who are you? It's too easy. Put a photo up there. You haven't even completed your profile, really. 99% of people who have not got a job, I bet you 9 times, they interview poorly. They're not really going out to job interviews. And again, what is the definition of high pay? 70,000 is where most of you going to start at SDR. You're again, 70K. Now people going to say, that's not enough money. That's not no money, Ericka. If 75 million working Americans are getting $30,500 a year and you're making 70, you're making double what most Americans are making. What most people are complaining to you about in the Discord group is, I want to make 150,000 to 250,000 a year in the easy lane. It doesn't work like that. No, it should be easier, Ericka. It should be super easy. I should be able to just roll out of bed and put on my drawers and make 250 a year. You're not talented enough. You're not talented enough. I come on YouTube and I will see this guy. He drives me crazy when I see his channel. And he has a mush mouth. He can barely talk. He sounds like a mumble rapper. And he's making 20, 30K a year, the month off of affiliate marketing and his channel. And I'm just like, it doesn't, America's just easy for control. It's like on easy mode. It's easy. But what people want to do is take one course and wake up and make 250K a year. That ain't happening. And again, if I go in there, Simply Jean, and I ask everybody in Discord, how many interviews you've been on, how many certifications you have, are you pursuing people, have you contacted, have you volunteered anywhere, have you, I can go ask about 18 questions and know what's bullshit and what's not. That's why I get exhausted. I get exhausted. And come on, man. Shit, come on. Right there. Right there. Simply G, I got hired 2 weeks after I finished the course careers. There are people recruiters calling people daily because they're lazy. Recruiters are just gonna go on your LinkedIn and look for words in your profile and call you. They're lying about the high paid jobs. What do you want for high pay? How long have you been making 80K a year? Oh, I've never made it. Then why are you complaining? These are the things that like make my brain hurt. Ooh, they make me hurt. Ooh, it make my brain hurt. Tina, that is great. However, a lot of people didn't. Simply Jean, you know what that is called? Someone pissing in the pool. What you're doing right now is pissing in the pool. Why do you want to piss in the pool? Because you're upset. There's people in there who didn't get the same results. We're not entitled to get the same results in life. You know how many women I know that are so beautiful and smart and they don't have no husbands? And people be like, it's because these women are fat and out of shape and terrible. No, these girls are in shape, working out. Now, they may be crazy. I don't know that part. But they be living a whole damn life and they get married. I'm like, damn, ain't nobody married to her. Don't know, not my business. But again, life is not fair. We don't get equal opportunity. We don't get equal outcomes. Shit, we barely get equal opportunity in America. But we don't get equal outcomes. Every single person, just because they can breathe, doesn't mean they're going to get a $150,000 a year tech job coming out of one course. And I'm gonna tell you like this, my friend, I've got a cousin who's an engineer by degree. Couldn't get any work. But what's the part I'm not telling you about? He's fucking 400 pounds. He's waddling through the door. I'm pretty sure on most of his interviews, they're like, dude, like, what's up? Why are you so damn big? What's going on? What's going on? Right? So he's having to take careers under being an engineer because you know what? Some people may not want to work with that. They may not want to equal opportunity give you a job. But thankfully for him, he can work what? Remote on many tasks because he's very talented. He's just my fat cousin that people be like, why your cousin so fat? I'm like, I don't know. But he's really smart. He just is fat. He got a wife. She working tech too. He just fat. I don't know. So again, thank you. People need to read, deep work. Start work up here. Everything is possible. Service jobs move that up that quick. I'm telling you, listen. Service jobs. I'm telling you, your neighbors are so damn nosy and lazy at the same time. My friend, we were cutting grass at one house, stuck our little side in the front yard when we should cut it, you know, because our phone was ringing before we left the yard because neighbors are nosy and lazy. That's the easiest marketing in the world is to park a service truck with your number all over it in a neighborhood. It's the easiest marketing in the world. That's why I tell y'all when people sit here and try to put a little magnet on their truck, put one little sign, I'm like, you ain't serious about making no damn money. You so busy wanting the people to see you in a big ass pickup truck that you balling. Look at me in this pickup truck. You're not serious about work because that's that pickup truck. Wrap that bad boy in that company logo. Make some real money. Listen, I know. They really be so concerned. Ericka, are you getting enough rest? Are you getting enough time to yourself? Are you today I just did a cooking class with my boo today. So I'm laughing because I'm like, every day I have lots planned. There's like 32 Fridays and 32 Saturdays left in the year. I've already got X amount of weekends for football games, NFL football games, high school, my college alma mater games. We've already got Cabo and Yellowstone and Canada and Alaska, and we've already got these days planned. And that part of next year planned, right? You know what I mean? The thing of when I hear people say this stuff, I kind of laugh because I'm like, of all people, I charted out and planned it because you are the controller of your life. And what I really wish y'all could understand is the majority of y'all, more people had home ownership. A lot of these fears of the recession and economy and pricing so high and this is so high. No, that's you, baby. A lot of it's deferred. You ever heard of the word deferred maintenance? Put a one in the comments if you've heard of the word deferred maintenance. Deferred maintenance is why most people don't want to buy old rental properties because they're like, oh, I bet there's a deferred maintenance in there. I bet the bottom of the basement looks like shit. I bet the roof is about to fall off. I bet the AC unit's raggedy. I bet the furnace is old. I bet all this stuff is happening. Oh, Lord, I'm not ready for it, right? All this deferred maintenance. Why do a lot of Wisconsin and a lot of places have a lot of duplexes? People aren't buying them. Why? So much deferred maintenance. They rather buy new construction. And I'm one of those people. I'm on the new construction team. Why? Because when I build it new, that means I've got 20 years of a roof and I've got 20 years of HVAC. And if something goes wrong, then it's because it just recently happened or you, the tenant, did it because it's a brand new property, right? Deferred maintenance in real life looks like you not knowing your high blood pressure. You got high blood pressure. Not knowing when you got to go to the dentist. Not knowing your eye appointments. Not knowing when's the last time you studied something. When's the last time you read a book? When's the last time you did this? That's what deferred maintenance in a person looks like, right? Truly. Like if you ask these people to quote you step for step of the Avengers movies, Guardians of the Galaxy movies, the Creed movie that just came out, just a list of things, they gonna quote you word for word every step of that movie. But if you ask them about their life and where they're gonna be in 2 years and what school is your kid gonna go to and do you have a 529 for your kid, they don't know none of that. None of it. None of it. They know what Tasha K doing. They know what Future's doing, how many kids he got pregnant. They know how many kids Nick Cannon got. They know how often Nick Cannon been in his kid's house. They don't even know when their own baby daddy been in their house, but they know when Nick Cannon been over there. That's deferred maintenance. You're deferring the maintenance for your life. And so you're going to wake up at 50 in a world of hurt. Physically, financially, all of it. There's a woman who has a channel, and I'm not trying to go there, but I am because it's funny. And it's like, don't be someone's nurse, oh, like nurse. I was like, what are they talking about? And it's like all these women, older women that have been married to these men, all of a sudden jumped up, want to get married, and then they got high blood pressure, they got gout, they got problems, they about to fall dead because they got all this deferred maintenance in their life. So now they're running to go find an old wife to take care of them in their labor. Marriage in later years can be beautiful, it can be wonderful, but pay attention. Some people is doing that as a last resort. They need some help. They need some housing. You know what I'm saying? So just to do this. Nigerians don't play. They in the baby. Nigerians in here doing it all. I know, it's the craziest thing. It's the craziest thing. I came to an event with a new car. Everybody was like, "You got a new car? You made a bunch of new money?" I'm like, "I've been making money, but you drive that old little white car." Yeah, because it's paid off, and I can drive from here to Dallas and back with one gas tank. One gas tank. Freak yeah. Oh, it's insane. The car thing. People like literally. I think they like make love to cars when we're not looking. It really is. I'm telling you. Thank you. QuickBooks. QuickBooks looks for part-time workers. They training you all this stuff. So when Dave was on the phone with the lady, I could have complained and said, "Hey, Dave didn't give her enough advice on like remote work and all this stuff." But that's not my business. You know what I'm saying? That's not my business. I don't like you out here up there, but okay. Um, y'all being weird. So let me just remove you because you being weird. Kind of being weird. Yeah. Best part about rock bottom is the only way is up. Yeah. Plenty of money, peace of mind. Damn. That's why I left. The whole family's trying. Damn. Intuit is teaching you how to do bookkeeping and tax free. Yeah. Listen, man, I came on this site. I can't even talk about it yet because it is I already made an affiliate video. It's gonna release later this week. But I went on there and they had over 20 certifications. And I was like, well, how long are these videos? Like 2 hours, 1 hour, 3 hours. I was like, put it on background noise, brain dump. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just leave it there. I know adults that can tell you the whole Fetty Wap catalog, but talk about Chinese bilateral deals, it's not processing. Yeah, the brain's going slow. I'm sitting here posting on the wall, hey, this article came out in 2020 that 6 banks were going to test the Fed now. In 2020, which is 3 years ago, because y'all have short-term memory, y'all don't remember nothing. And this government tell you everything is doing, not even on play. 2 of the banks, that's of the other of the 6, have already failed, right? I put that on the wall, haha, 10 cat. Well, every black person just want conspiracy theories. No, you dumb. I'm sitting here on a list with politicians who are buying shares of bank stocks right now. Highly. Michael Burry's buying a bunch of bank stocks. And people sit here looking, well, you just wanted to be a conspiracy. No, you're a dumbass who can't connect the dots that the damn Fed now thing is connected to those 6 banks. Well, it's just an easier way to process payments so you don't have to do ACH. No, you dumb. Come on, man. Read. No, well, I'm just going to tell Ericka she doesn't know everything. And haha, I showed her. Man, shut up. Y'all got to get out of here with this dumb shit. My friend had a baby at 43 as well. Hey, it happened. One of the best things I learned from this channel is signing up for Eventbrite and Meetup. Just got back from a tech networking event in New York. Yes. When I come, one of the things that depresses me more than ever, and not long, just shortly, I'll come on YouTube and see guys who will be on, I don't want to name no names because I don't want that drama tonight, but they'll be on multiple podcasts all night long. YouTube channels. I'm talking about from 5 p.m. at night to midnight. And they're talking about women, they're talking about society. I'm like, when do you have time to interact with any women? When do you have time to even meet another man if you own this girl podcast on a Friday night? Not me, I'm talking about another young lady. It's full of women, right? She has this thing talking about decentering, right? And at first I was like, what is she talking about? And it was like, these new young people make up words. Oh yeah, decentering, I'm doing this. Really what she was talking about was making friends and having hobbies. I said, is this what we're calling having hobbies now? That's why I made that post on Saturday. I was like, y'all, please go get out the damn house. Please go find a list of hobbies that do not require you to come on YouTube and talk about how bad men and women are, or come on YouTube and look at how bad the schools are. Like something where you're going to interact with another human being. And that's where Eventbrite and Meetup come along. So I'm from New York to Hustle Blood. Yeah. Tex has text mixers once a month. A lot of Black people in there for sure. I had when I was 37. Hey, it happens. Yeah, it's really terrible. I mean, but this is why we self-create circles and hubs. Most people only deal with tech people that are tech people, right? Most real estate people only deal with other real estate people. Now, part of it is lazy, part of it is necessary. Part of it that's lazy is this is easier for conversation, easier to do deals. I'm only going to talk to people that doing deals, making moves, doing this. When I have friends that are travel friends that do like travel shows, travel vlogs, they all hang out together. Why? Because they have that same schedule, they have that same mindset. I understand it's very easy to get in these silos where we're all saying the same thing, we're all doing the same thing. So nobody else kind of exists, right? Like I remember my friend one time very like loudly saying at our dinner table in Austin, well, who's out here making it on 30K a year? That's just stupid. I'm like, of Austin. Parts of Austin. Dude, everybody's not in tech. Everybody's not a doctor. Everybody's not making 100K a year to live in this city. Well, it's got to be super hard to live in this city on that. And I'm like, even one of our friends at table that barely made 40 that year was like, I almost live on that. You know what I mean? It was like, we get in such silos that we think that means it, right? Do you know how many groups I'm in? God help me. Where half, like 90% of people aren't doing shit and 10% are. That's everywhere. I can go on Bigger Pockets right now. There's 1 million people on Bigger Pockets. Out of that million, I can tell you without a shadow of doubt, maybe 50,000 to 100,000 actually have rental property, actually finally did whatever they needed to do. The rest, you'll talk to them, they'll tell you about their taxes, their credit. They don't have no money. They've been dreaming of doing real estate their whole life. They just can't seem to do it. And you ask them, why don't you go work a part-time job for a year, save all that money and put it into a rental property? Oh, I got kids, my wife, my back, my neck, my toes. I can't do it. Can't do it. Sorry. So that's how I know majority of the people, when people say, well, I'm in there, and some people didn't get a tech job. I know. That's how most people. You'll rob for your kids but not get a certification. You already know. Thank you. Uber's supposed to be a stepping stone. That brother been doing Uber forever. It's crazy. He come on the internet talking crazy. Thank you. Y'all spending too much time. Listen, I'm in one group, and last night somebody texted me in the group at 1:05 in the morning. My sister was like, did your phone just ping? Who the hell is that? I'm like, I don't know. Who the hell is messaging me? I look up, I said, somebody that messaged me in this damn group. He's like, they need to go to bed. I'm like, I know. And what you'll learn is some people like talking about it, but they're not doing it. And that's what a lot of these groups have become. That's why I was very big on like the next couple of events I do. We're not doing no damn group chat. Like, you coming or you ain't. You're building the houses with us or you're not. You're building down the street from us or you're not. That's it. Like, we don't. Being in these little groups won't help you move closer or faster. It just makes you sometimes feel better. You have someone to talk about it with. I know. They love trying to play with you. Oh, man. Someone screenshot this. Thank you. Yeah. Just completed Sub-Zero Salesforce class, and people in the class were thanking Ericka for leading us to Sub-Zero. I'm trying. I got other videos that just help funnel people to that, because 90% of people are just going to want to work a job, and the excess money they have from their job, they want to invest it in stuff. That's no problem to me, because what you're going to learn is let's say you buy one property a year for 10 years, and in 10 years, you never buy another property in your whole entire life. Never again. Just those 10 properties, well, you will be miles ahead of everybody for the next 30 years. Between inflation, between appreciation, between rental, between cash out refis if you got to do it, or if you need to sell one or two, you will be ahead of people for years. There's a guy I know right now with 5 duplexes. He been balling, traveling the world, being a stay-at-home dad for years now. His wife is a nurse that works maybe like 3 days a week because she wants to. because she want to. She want to talk to people, and they've been jet setting forever, right? So it's a way of life, y'all. I know I gotta update mine too. I ain't playing. People with master degrees out here start out at 70K. Toastmasters is good. And by the way, I'll take 25K to get my foot in the door. So a lot of people, they basically tell you don't take less than 60K on some of these jobs. Perfect pregnancy at 40K, natural birth, no drugs, nurses amazed. Listen, girl, that thing was doing what it do. The LinkedIn photo is a game changer. If you're black and a STEM with a STEM background, recruiters will come after you. Your pick helps a lot. Facts. There you go. I took your LinkedIn advice, Ericka. The recruiters hit me up. My layoff wasn't even that big of a deal. Bam, y'all. I'm in Course Careers. If you fix your LinkedIn, recruiters will reach out. I have receipts. Corey, thank you for your commentary. There's 324 people here. Hit the like button. My cousin will never watch this, but he's near Greensboro. But the fact is, like, he got a whole wife and kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, men out here talking about, yeah, ain't no high quality women. His wife is small, fit, and feminine, and pretty, and in tech, and make money. And everybody's like, how are you with him? College. They got together in college. He just decided to be fat as hell at this point. I don't know what his problem is. It might be depressed. I don't know. But he big. And we be like, why are you so big, baby? What's going on? Don't you want to chase your kids around? We say stuff like that to him to be nice. Bing, bing, bing. Bing, bing, bing. Thank you, Mr. Leisure. Put it in the comments. Some people want equal outcomes. That is not how life works. Yeah, you don't get to date Gisele Bundchen because you think you're in the same physical shape as Tom Brady. That's crazy. Pursuit of happiness, not the guarantee of happiness. Thank you. Let me see. Oh man, I'm tired. Let me hear him finish this out. I'm from New York. I hate driving. I got acres of land with animals and stuff. I'm not worried about no damn meat prices or recession. Exactly. Look, here we go, Mr. Do you sleep, honey? Honey, I sleep so much it's ridiculous. I sleep 8 to 10 hours every day. I got VAs posting shit on the walls. I'm posting stuff on the walls. They emailing, we emailing. I slept in late today. I missed church and slept in. And I went and still did activities with my spouse. And then I still am going to do activities all this week. I sleep a lot. So much is you'd be surprised. Deferred maintenance, you know? Exactly. People paying $1,000 for car notes just to be just they want you. They got a taste of that life. They want it. Operating drones is also a trade, yes. Exactly. Like the banks they name are little banks. And they ain't letting the big ones fail either. 6-hour streams. I come back, they still arguing 5 men deep. I'm like, why is this popping up in my notification? You know what I'm saying? Shit. Women's. My neck, my back, my toes, all of it. Oh shit. Yeah, it's like the decentering conversation. Oh yeah, I'm about Nick, she said I'm getting ready to go back to the house. I was supposed to go store get some ice cream and come right back. My man probably like, girl, what's going on? Where you at? I'm not meaning he was calling me fat. Now I look back years later, I'm like, look at you, your ass is fat. Anyway, you know how sometimes that be. Sometimes life gets you now. It happens. Okay, what else? Exactly, man. So I have friends in HR and management at Fortune 500s. They're recruiting under the radar 40 plus professionals. They want people who actually come to work. Yeah. I'm telling you, one of the biggest things, one of the interviews I went on said is like people who are at a life change moment. They like those people, right? Because they don't know exactly how much they're supposed to be getting paid because they're doing a new career. And then on top of that, they're just ready to learn. That's over 40. So anyway, all right. So listen, that's what I have for y'all. I'm not trying to go crazy, but when we sit here complaining about exactly Nick Taylor. So when people complain about these immigrants, Nick Taylor can tell you he's been towing immigrant owned company trucks all year long, all week long. Trucking has had some issues for sure, especially the markets. Whew, some other stuff, you see a lot of guys with these sprinter van videos and cargo van videos. Man, I made 500 a day, yada yada yada. And that's because it's aiming at the guy who really wants to go home and eat cereal and be on the computer. You know what I'm saying? You want to go home, eat cereal, and then do a couple loads. I drove down to San Antonio, came back. I made $500. Okay, well, did you add up gas and insurance and all this stuff? No, you did not. But that's what they like to do, right? Them people like to do that. So my biggest conversation is focus. 2 to 3 years, completely different life, different opportunities. It depends on where you're at and if you're listening. So don't lose sight of that. I hope this was helpful. 20 to 29-year-olds call out Friday and quit every 2 years. We want 40 years. I'm telling you, the older people get, the more like a little stability and consistency. So they know what they're doing. So anyways, you guys, this is your girl Ericka, Classic Con Blog. Please focus. Please treat your life like you care about it. You know what I'm saying? If you really hustle hard for 2 years, your whole life is different. Whether you're talking about real estate, trucking, you're talking about building, new construction, whatever. It takes 1 or 2 projects that really just tilt the scale and change your life. And people really don't want to hear that. And it gets kind of crazy because they're like, everything's a scam. And they're literally going on YouTube channels, watching people discuss scams and discuss activity when they could be out living their life, getting that same traction. Now, I don't mean scamming traction. I mean, just traction, meeting people, meeting business opportunities, doing stuff. But they own YouTube being negative because that's their mindset. That's what they want to do. That's where they really want to live. They want to live in that kind of emotional puking phase. They want people that want to come online and emotionally puke, and then you're puking and I'm puking, and yeah, I tried this girl, she treated me bad. It's just a bunch of puke. They're sitting in a room of vomit and saying the room stink. Yeah, the room stink because you in it. Where your mind at, where your focus is, your mind goes. So it's like saying pink elephant, pink elephant, pink elephant, pink elephant, pink elephant. Ericka, why are you talking about pink elephants? Ain't no pink elephants out here. But you're sitting there convincing yourself there's no jobs, there's no opportunity. Black people always getting treated bad. Oh, everything's terrible. America's bad. The women is bad. They aren't feminine. They won't do right. You got way too much hands on yourself, little mister. You should be focusing on going to work and what your hobbies are. What is your life outside of women? I'm telling you, I said it's the women. What is your life outside of men? Right? What is your life outside of talking about women? AM1 just posted a picture of him at the boxing match last night. Congrats. Right? Live your life. Go have hobbies. Some of y'all would be less bitter if you did. But you know what hobbies sometimes require? Money. So you don't got no money. You don't want to try new careers. You don't want to get certifications. You want to deferred maintenance your whole life. And then you can't get a new hobby because your ass is broke. Your hobby is eating cereal and being mad on YouTube. That's not a hobby. Come on, man. All right, you guys. It's your girl Ericka, Classic Climb Blog. You'll see some great content this week from a lot of it from the studio. Our editors and our VA should be done. Hiking is free. It sure is. And so you'll see clips from our other 2 channels, and we'll just kind of start directing people that way because YouTube doesn't like it when you talk about too many topics. They get a little mad. But also it helps because some people need you to be in one category. Why? Because their brain don't work unless they just put you in one box. And that's okay. So anyways, you guys, this is your girl Ericka, Classic Climb Blog. Have a great day.